Today we'll be working on this. Let me show you demo what we are going to be doing today. Sign, connect wallets. Yeah. So this we are creating an account. So let me just show you our MongoDB. And you can see the account we created here base Jack wallet set ID. Let's get into the whole process. In our last video, we added Web3 authentication to our project using Privy. Today, we are going to be integrating Circle as our payment integration. To start, you can see this. Let me just zoom this in and then zoom it in more. Our terminal is open and we are running the front end, the client, and the backend. Yes, let me just cancel this and check if this has zoomed enough. Okay, I think this is okay. And you can see this. Just if you check the folder, you see this script now, and you see the generate secret key, key. You will see it on this particular branch or this file on the GitHub repo. I'm going to explain this. So first of all, we need to register on Circle and get our a Circle API key so that we'll be able to generate and work with it. So what we are going to be doing in this project Circle, we are using Circle Developer Controlled Wallets this year. That's what we are going to be doing. We are going to be generating wallets for our users and then we can be able to control it with our code. So Circle, so just go to circle.com and then sign in. I think we don't have an account, so yeah, just go to Circle console. But we don't have an account here. That means we have to create an account. So sign up. Our first name, straight. Your code, right? Our first name, code with stigma, email. Just read the email and then agree. Actually, just do like this. So I think it's already saved. So let's head over to our Gmail. Copy this and then paste here. So it's very simple. It's very simple to create this, and then we are already here. We are on our Circle page. I just zoomed it in, so let's just go to keys. Be creating an a key, or should I say an API key? Authenticate the access to Circle API from backend. We'll use this one, standard key. Let's use standard key. Restricted key. Standard. So give it a name, top key, and then we'll create our key. Copy this and then we'll zoom this, head over to our EVM, and then it should be Circle API key. Yes. And we have copied it and then cancel it. And you can see we are in testnet here, and that means we are using testnet automatically. So we'll now have to create wallets. And with that, we have just created our API, our API key, our key, which is here. You can see it here. And we'll go back sub key. And then we'll now want to create our entity because we cannot work without our entity. I'm not going to go into in depth with it. So make sure this is it, right? This is what is here. Okay, make sure that is the same. And then we'll just uncomment this out, load up our toggle, then zoom this in to show it We'll create a new one. We'll have to bring this down a little. Okay, so you can see this is generating, I think crypto does random, I think so. So let's just see the just go to the server folder and there's some inside the server, and this is our entity key. You can see it. Let me just show it to you guys. Okay? So this is what is going to log out for you. Then you copy this, and then on here you add, and this is the entity secret. And you can see where we copied it from. So this is how you can register it from here. API key, our entity secret. You can just copy this thing, but we already have it here. So that means we already have it here. So that means we can create it. This is the same. If you check, you will see that it's the same as what we are doing here. So just uncomment this one out, and then and we'll do process because we added down our entity. We added our entity to our EVM. Let's just copy from here. Just for security reason, doing it like this is better. And with this, we are going to register our entity and also get our recovery file. So let me just note, yeah, and our entity secret is registered. Is registered. So if you check down here, you can see this. This is the recovery file. Make sure you save this somewhere because you can use it to recover in case if anything happens to this or if you have to block or for security reasons. So you can use this to do it. And right now we are ready to create our wallet and our user. And then make sure to uncomment this one out. So we are done with generating our secret, that means our entity secret, and then registering it with this thing to register entity secrets, and added it and gotten our recovery phrase. So next we'll move to authentication on the front end. Before integrating payments, we need global access to authenticated user data. So we need to know who is creating the wallet and everything. To start, we need to create. We are going into the state management. That means Zustand. We are doing this here. This is very simple. I used to use what's the name? I used to use a Redux toolkit. But I think I fell in love with Zustand recently. We'll name it App Store, and we import crates. Let me just do something like this. No, why is it going from me? Import crates and then import as well as just want to end it. And we start by creating the Zustand user. If you are familiar with Redux toolkit, this won't be that much confusing. So App Store is equals to create, and then this set is for setting states, and this get is for getting the states, and then do something like this. Yep. We'll start with loading is equals to false, error no. No, not wallet address. Success error equals to no. And then user merchant no. So these are the states that we are going to be working with. And let me just do this. I'm just going to break this here and then head over to this place. We are going to be moving this to here, this function, this sync user private token. So let's just do it this way. Yeah, just this. We're going to be using just this. Let's do it sync user and sync. And you can see it's just similar to the normal token, normal function. So it's just similar to normal function. And you can see it's just similar to normal function. And with this, we'll just do so in case if it's loading, it's not on this thing here. So just set loading is true, error is null, success is null. First of all, before we start, and then we'll do Let's just copy this thing here and then paste here. You can see we already have ISO here and we have this. For a better setup, we are going to use try and catch in case it fails, and then set this. We'll log out the error, log error, and then loading false, and then success no. So this for the error, and for this one, we'll now set this and data dot message. Let's go back to our user and then check what you are sending back. Okay, message that should work. Yes, data dot message is equals to success. So when we are done with this part, we'll now have to create functions for it. Let me just explain. If you are still familiar with React Redux, you see it's similar stuff here. We're going to create the functions. These functions are selectors, costs, sync user selector, and then this here. We'll move to export. Yep. And then we'll move to export the whole store and then this sync user. So this sync user selector is just telling this Zustand that I just need this one, only this one. Then we can wrap it up when we reach there. So with these two, what are we going to do here? First of all, we are going to get this snap score. Where I'm using caps lock. Import this snap score, and then also we get sync user here. So how would this thing work? On this, let me just comment this out. Authenticated will do. Cost sync user, and then this use snap score. You remember is this whole state and everything. So you're telling us a Zustand that we only want this here, this sync user. So it's just like we are appending just this function to this sync user. So just the same, just like if I do that cost, then put it here, that's just what this is going to do, telling us that this is just what we want here. And also we can also get the states. Let's just create getters and then get loading selector, and then we can get the error, get the success, get the user, and also export them. So I'll just format it here. And the one that we are going to be using mostly is get loading selector. I think I'm just going to add that here. And then we are getting the loading, and we have to replace this here. You can see it's just one single page and it's not that much complex. Sync user, and then we'll pass in the spirit token. To know if you are getting anything, we need to, I just have to log. Let me just log it here. Console.log. Yep. And then we'll minimize. Yep. And load up our function. You can just do it this way. Sign up, connect to wallet. You can use email. Go approve, sign in, connected. And let's just check. And you can say, okay, response is not okay. We didn't take this one out. You can always take this one out. You don't need it again. And you can see it's giving us user synced, and we are getting user already exists. You see, that means it's working, and our sync user is in this authenticated. Now the authenticated means every time it runs, it just does this. So we can just comment and move it to the first time, to use this login that we created from the previous video. It's going to run only when we log in, either register or login. So we are commenting it out, and we are going to use this thing here for the passing the token to the authentication route. So once we are creating another request, it will be going with the token, because the token is what we are going to be using to get the user details and everything. Okay, so for us to create that, we need to move this thing to the full site, and then on our source and our components, we create auth init.jsx. And with this, I'll move the nav bar here so you can see it, and I'll copy the space here. I only need this get access token, and also preview. use preview. No, I don't need it. You only need this here and imports as a sports function, what's in it, and then we'll create this dot intersection the request dot use sync, and then this should do. So this is the full request that we are going to be using to authenticate this to add our token to the bearer to the headers. This is what we are going to be using to add our token to the bearers of every request that will make from now henceforth. So the is the interceptor, the request, and then it's going to use this just like a new instance. It's going to use this token get access token, just append it to the bearer token, and that's just it for the authentication. And where would they call it? We have to call it on our app. Remove this so that we can see it clearly. And then let me see if I can zoom more. Use effects and then open brackets. What's in it? And yeah, so this is going to add this token once it exists. If it doesn't exist, it's not going to add any token. And that's just it for adding the token, the authentication token to our request. We are going to be working on the setting up. Where is it? We're going to be working on this one, setup. Let me just show you guys on the front end. We are going to work on it with the this is where we are going to be creating the wallet and everything. So this we are going to pass in the name and then select the protocol that we use, and all of it is here, the name and the protocol. And yeah, proceed. If protocol selected is less than and username dot stream is not empty. So let me just log out both instead of navigating. I'm going to log out both of them. Let's just do this, and then I'm going to log out both of them. Protocol selected, and then username, and then username. Okay, confirm. And you can see it's saying base and jack, base jack, base jack. Do this. So we'll be saving the username to the protocol, and if you check our if you check the model, you can see when we talked about this. As we have the preview ID, the email, the username, the protocol, and the balance. These are for the Circle wallet ID. So we're setting up from here, this down here, and also creating the wallet. So for us to start, you have to go to this place and then zoom it out. We'll be creating the setup and router. So if it throws an error, it returns, and we'll get the username and the protocol. Not be doing protocol selected is equals to the request dot body. And then if username doesn't exist or protocol doesn't exist, just return username and protocol are required. Both of them doesn't exist, so it's just empty. And then I don't know if you guys have seen this constant. So Circle works this way. The base is out there. You can get the base network. This is how you set up the base network. And this is how from the network to this normal one. So we're going to be using this network map that we created on the constant. If we pass in base, it's going to give us this thing. Circle will throw an error if you pass in this thing direct. So that's what we are going to be using for our blockchain. For us to get our blockchain, we just the cost blockchain is equals to network map, and then get the protocol because you're passing in base. Let's check it. You're passing in base Solana, Ethereum. You can see the names base Solana, Bitron, Arc. So if we pass it like this right now, it's going to show an error. That's why we are doing that. We are mapping it out, and we have gotten our blockchain. Next is the account type. Circle has different account type, and this one is the SA. And that's just like smart contracts, wallets, and I think they have AC. I think so, but that's the default. If I didn't add anything, it will just navigate to the normal wallet that we all use on MetaMask. But this SD SCA, the why I'm using it in this project is because if we check Circle, if you check Circle here, you will see something like this gas station. You can only use it with this account type. So they sending it out. You don't have to send anything to the wallet. It can just do transaction on its own with this default gas station. On mainnet, we can fund it on ourselves, but testnet, I think let's just click on this and see. And you see we have 10 up to testnet daily spend minutes. So we have 10 that will just for sending out this. So the gas station is full with 10 aptos. That will be hard to finish. And yeah, that's it. So we have to create the circle initialize. So it's just like a handshake with our server and then circle server. That was why we had all these things. Entity, and also let's just add this here too. So when we move it, we have to initialize it. Yep, from here you have to initialize it. So you just have to name it circle, and then get the in host init developer let client equals to require at circle thing, yeah, this, and then we'll create our handshake circle developer SDK. This is what I'm going to name it, and then initialize client. Yep. API key. API key should be processed or circle API key, and entity secret should be processed or entity secret. And then when we export it, I was want to export. We are not exporting two things here, so I'm just going to export it direct. So this is our handshake right now. We have created our handshake with the circle and our server. So with this, we can create our wallets instead of always creating this on our files. We can just use this and then import it here. So circle init equals to import it like this. Then we can just call it like this. Well, no, we are not going to do this. And yes, we have done the circle init, and the next thing is to try to create our wallet, and we'll start with this data wallet. And this is going to be a little bit confusing because I'm trying to deconstruct it in a way that is going to be very simple. And then we'll do dot create wallet set, and it's going to take in, it's just like creating a let me say a folder. It's just like creating a folder. We can do something like this. So instead of making it that much, just do it like this. So we'll be using the username as the name, the wallet set, and then when we have gotten the wallet set, we'll get the wallet ID, the wallet set ID. So wallet set ID should be this that we got here, and then dot ID. And when you have gotten this, next is for us to create our wallet. So just do the same data wallets, because it's going to return an array. Even if we just want one, it will always return an array. And then we'll just do circle dot create wallet, and then objects, and we'll start with blockchain. And you guys can remember what we did here with the network map. And I think we didn't import this network map here. So let me just find, yeah, I said it, we didn't import it. So I'll just, it's not constant, it doesn't exist. So let's just ETL slash constant. Oh, I made a mistake with the spelling, but we'll just take it with that. Just take it like that. Blockchain, you can add more than one blockchain, and also with this count, you can add more than one wallet, but we just need wallet. And then wallet set is equals to wallet set ID and account type too. And then we'll now log out our wallet. From this wallet, we'll also be using cost and ID should be wallet ID, and address should be wallet address. And then we just want the first one, log console dot log should be wallet address, and then we just return this. We are not saving anything, we are not doing anything. And if you check our schema, you see it here. You see we have wallet ID, wallet set ID, wallet address. So this is what you need: the wallet address, the wallet ID, and this wallet set ID. And we have set up creating a wallet for a user when they set up account. So we just have to go back to front end and then put up a request here. So go back to front end first of all, and go back here and then set up user is equals to sync form data, and then just like this we'll get the, and then try catch is going to be the same. You can just copy this and paste it here, and also almost copy this and paste it here. And to set up, change this to form data, set up complete. Yeah, and we can return success with this on our. Let me just put it this side and then open it. Should we reduce this font size? Let me reduce it so we can see clear. And you can see this here. We are returning this message, so it's going to, we are going to be seeing it on both of our end. Let me cancel that, and we'll now move to the front end too, and getting it where we are getting the setup. We'll move here and we are logging out this part. Let's check again. Okay, yeah, this is it, and you can check it out. Let me let's clear this, and you can see we are getting it. So we have to call the setup here, and to do that, where is the navbar? Just going to put the navbar this side and then close this, and we'll copy this. We almost forgot to export this thing that we did here, so we'll just create a function setup here and we give space here, and we'll be exporting this our function. I would like to export it like this, getters. So no, getters, and then this, and I'll be getting this, just this. We'll replace this, we'll replace the sync user with this, and then we'll get this too. Copy paste and change it to this. Setup user, and is up right here. We'll set up user open brackets, and this is just it. The setup user username, the protocol is supposed to protocol selected, and that should move it to this place. That should move it to this place, and then it's going to work. So let's just check it out. I'm just going to do it like this, and then refresh back, and we're getting a 404 error. Go back to user and see what's going on. Clear API slash user. This should not be post, this should be puts. And then let's try again. Cancel. And you can see we are setting it up. And let me just log in. And let's just scroll here. You can see our wallet set is this. Custody type, developer name, Jack. And then this is the wallet. We are getting the state, the wallet says, the custody, the address, the blockchain, the account type. That means it's working. And the next thing that we are going to do is to set up an authentication here. Let me just remove this part, then zoom in. We are going to be setting the authentication on this user. So to know which user, because we are passing, if you remember, we are passing, where is our auth? We are passing our auth here with this bearer token. I want to get the token and then get the details from the token. If you remember from our last video, you can see on what this token are. I think it should be here. Yes, so the same thing that we are doing here. So we are going to do the same thing preview for our token and then get the user ID. Let's see where we built it middleware. So this is where we are going to add our authentication. Let's just move this one to the side, okay? And this authentication. So you're going to be using the same thing. Module dot export. So this is going to be a middleware that is running to get authentication. And on this, we console log the error and we just stop it. Whereas the status 403, let's just use unauthorized. I just failed to verify token, whichever one we choose to use. And I have done the try and the catch. Let's go to here. Yeah, auth header is equal to reg.header. So we are getting how to move the authentication here so that we'll know what we are doing. Yes. So we are getting this header, which is the authorization, and we are going to check if the auth header doesn't exist, or if auth header if auth header, let me break this. No, I don't want this. If auth header, if the auth header starts with, if it does not start with Vera, that means nothing is there, and then we'll just do JSON. I'm not authorized header missing on my phone. Okay, let's just give them a detailed message. And then if it exists, we get const token altogether dot split one. So we are getting this one, not this one. We are getting, when we split this, it just uses this space to split, and then it's just 0 and 1. So we are getting this one, and with that you are getting this token that we are sending here. We just move this thing here and verified claim. If not verified claim, copy this to valid private token. And then if it's verified, just do rec.user is equals to verified claims. And next, with token, it should be token, sorry. Make sure to change its token. Let's add this to not here. Let's add this here. We have imported it here, and you can see our auth exists. So let's just, before this, I want to check something. Console.log rec.user, and then return. Let's just return. Open our terminal. Let's check if it's working. So we're on Zoom. I return, and then jack base. Let's check it out. And you can see base jack. And when we open this, you can see the app ID, the user ID, and the issuers. Let me just zoom it out. Zoom in. So what you'll be needing is this. So you see this. What you'll be needing is this user ID. Let's create. So you can see this here, will be getting the user ID, what you are getting from here. So I'll have to remove this return and the user ID. What we need here is only the user ID, and right here just before the return, because updated user is equals to find one and update and this wallet address. Sure. So this wallet address is the same as this, and the wallet ID, the protocol, the username, and then we are using the red.user.user ID, which we got from this. And let me just leave it out, and let's just try it out again. Before we try it out, because you already created a user, we have to go to this app, our preview, move over here, delete. So I want this thing to be new user, and we almost forgot something here. So let me just zoom in, and on our navbar, we should only use this if dot new user. Yeah, navigate to setup. This navigate is with this here, we already have it before. So if it dots, once we click this login, if you check our previous video, you just know all about this. So we'll just remove this, and on our header just do the same thing. No, I should just move it here and just replace it. Copy this and just replace it. If it's new user, and then with this, I have to go back to our front end. We have deleted here, so just and we'll just refresh. Jack this authorization. That means we are not connected. Remember, we cleared our account, so we have to sign up again. That means our authorization is working too. Yep, and this is our token. Jack synced successfully. Base. And yeah, so this is complete. And if we check our MongoDB, you can see we are getting this. This was previous. Let me just clear it. Base, Jack, wallet. What about our wallet address? I think we missed something here. Let me just see what we missed here on our user. So we use triple D. Just remove it, and this should solve it. Let's try again. And yeah, and you can see our wallet address is here, and that's just it. We have created our user and created our wallet address.